Army rat. Oh no, that's a possum. Hey, bud. Oh well. Looked like he was gonna run into the back tire. I should have just yelled something really loud. Make him die. Make him fake it. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching, all that good stuff. And welcome to day one of our Cancer Society rides, the 300-mile challenge for August. We got this. Good morning. How are you today? Morning. Earbuds. It's a sickness. Anyways, so it rained all night last night. I thought today's ride might get rained out. They're saying tomorrow might definitely get rained out. So, looking to get a nice one in today so we can take advantage of the weather. Hey, bud. Good morning.
Sir.
Get a nice long ride in today. The plan is to head over to the state park and get inside there and ride all the way back to 161 and then come back out. There's one leg in there we haven't done yet, which is the Cotton Bayou leg of the park. So I figure we'll hit it today and see how much mileage we get. Anyways, I gotta wait for a red light. And there's my cue. Anyways, I don't know what the mileage will be through the park. We'll see. I might take some little different strategic turns to try to add a little bit more mileage in. And if not, there's always the golf course. So I made sure Strava was running when I put my phone in its cradle today, so it should be working. But anyways, with that rain going through last night, man, it made it nice today. It's fairly cool. It's humid. But as far as like, if you're standing, it's warm, but you're not breaking a sweat just standing around. And as you ride, it's cool because you're getting evaporation on your skin. And that's always a bonus. All right, we're clear left. Here to the right. That sign sits a little unfortunate. So I was going to start the video here, but you know, I started recording as soon as I left the house. Give myself plenty of roll at the beginning in case I want to do one of those long-winded intros. So anyways, here we are, back in the state park. Familiar sight for everybody. The Woodside Grill, or Woodside Restaurant, I guess it's called. I think my plan today is we'll run Coyote down to Gulf Oak Ridge. We'll roll Gulf Oak Ridge down to the power lines, cut across there to, well, no, I don't like that idea. Ixnay that. Coyote, down to Gulf Oak Ridge. Maybe we ride up around the Sportsplex one time. And then we take Rattlesnake to Cotton Bayou, and Cotton Bayou to Catman to the lake, do a little looky-loo at the lake. Nah, I don't want to go through the campgrounds today. I don't like the campgrounds. I don't like riding through the campgrounds, and I don't like riding all those bridges behind the campground, so I kind of want to avoid those. So let's skip that. Like Beach Mouse Bypass is all right every once in a while, but it's all bridges, and I just don't enjoy that. All right. Lower my pedal assist now that we're in the park and my knees have had time to loosen up. First part of the day, like when I ride, I tend to leave the house, and in the first 100 yards of riding, I kind of get a sense of where my body's at. Are my knees hurting? Are they tight? Do they need to loosen up a little bit more? You know, I do a little light stretching before I ride, but once I get on the bike and start to get in motion, I feel out where I'm at. And sometimes I'll adjust my pedal assist mode just to make it easier on my body in the beginning to get going. So I do ride a torque sensor bike. So it's just like pedaling a regular bike. I just get a little bit of assist, and the level of assist mode I'm in is the amount of force that the motor puts behind me. Whereas on a cadence sensor, just as soon as you start moving your feet, the motor's wide open. So if I'm in pedal assist 1 and I pedal, it's the stiffest my pedals are going to be. And I guess that's the best term I can use, is stiffness, right? I've got to put the most effort behind pedaling when it's in 1. If I put it in 2, that same pedaling is a little bit easier. It's not as stiff. Three is even easier, 4 is super easy on me, and 5 is just a joke. So, all that said, early in the morning, I tend to try to let my body dictate what mode I put the bike in. If I'm particularly tight or my knees feel like they're hurting a little bit, I'll go ahead and put it in pedal assist 2 or pedal assist 3 just to get me moving and get a little momentum on the bike and loosen up those joints and everything to where they feel good. And then once I get feeling good, then, you know, and I start like here, for instance, when I was pedaling a minute ago, I was finding that I was getting ahead of the bike quite a bit. And I was pedaling and stopping and pedaling and stopping. And I didn't have a cadence going to keep me working. So I knew at that point I was good to go and I needed to lower the pedal assist down. So that's how I kind of decide what pedal assist mode I'm going to be in. Most of the time I run in pedal assist 1 when I'm riding, just because I want that resistance. I want the to have to work. I want my heart rate to be elevated. And a lot of times I'll cycle the pedal assist off. You'll hear clicking a lot, which is me clicking buttons on my left-hand side down there. And a lot of times it's me turning pedal assist mode off. All right. Only one car in the parking lot means there's probably not a lot of people on the trail right now. It is Saturday and I'm riding, so August the 1st. Hey, good morning. But yeah, a lot of times I'll ride pedal assist 1 and then I'll just turn the motor completely off if I'm getting, like on these trails, if I'm getting really fast and I'm rolling 17, 18 miles an hour on these, a lot of times I'll just go ahead and turn the pedal assist off and force myself to work the bike. And let me tell you, with no motor on, it's a hard bike to ride. It's a heavy bike. This thing weighs 70 pounds, I think is what it weighs. And so you're pedaling that, plus I'm a scone over 400. So, but not for long. That weight keeps coming off. And soon I will be able to get under 400. I'll be happy. I was talking to one of my old neighbors yesterday that I ran into in town. And they commented on how much different I looked from just 6 months ago. But I'm like, yeah, well, I want to be where I was 10 years ago. So I'm working on it. Hey, it's a park ranger. Or somebody from the parks. Actually, doing a little cleaning up around here. Emptying the trash. I got an escort. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding. Should I just blow my little thing and go, passing on the left? Whew, get back off. The fumes on that thing are gonna make me sick. All that paint, the Kubota killer. Morning. That is the first time I've seen somebody from the park on this trail. Good Lord, there's a lot of people on here today. Do I have to announce I'm here when I'm... Morning. I'm gonna get around there. Thanks, man. Morning. Watch out for the big thing coming. I feel bad that I passed the Kubota, but he slowed down and moved over to the side. I think he thought he was holding me back. I really didn't care. But what's done is done. I just don't want to speed away and be like, oh, there's a typical e-biker, not riding within the speed limits. Morning. I'm going no faster than that dude is. This is such an easy ride though. After riding on West Beach, that constant cadence that you have to keep the entire time to keep moving forward really does me good for my heart rate, right? It keeps my heart rate elevated and I get a lot better exercise out of that than riding through here. This is much more scenic, but I find myself coasting a lot. I try to keep my heart rate up high by pedaling in a lower gear and having to pump more. But I hate getting ahead of the bicycle too, to where my chain snaps all the time, right? Like I get ahead of the hub, and so when I come back into pedaling, I'm snapping into it, and then as I'm pedaling ahead of the tire or behind, I don't know, behind it, ahead of it. Something where on the downstroke, like on the upstroke, there gets a little slack, and then on the downstroke, it pops back onto the hub. And so I'm going too fast. I guess that means I'm getting behind it. Because I'm exceeding the speed of my legs, or something. I don't know. All right, what did I decide? Go straight. If nothing else, in order to avoid going through the park, I might very well just go out to the road. Terrible idea, Paul. But I might ride up Catman. Morning. How about this? We go down this to Catman, take Catman to Cotton Bayou, all the way back up to Rattlesnake, back to, I don't know what it's called right there. I don't know if it's called Gulf Oak Ridge or if it's called Twin Bridges, but basically we ride Rattlesnake to where it hits this path again, and then we turn and ride it down to Catman, which is like 100 yards. And then we ride Catman up to the lake, have a little respite at the lake, and then I ride either back on Gulf Oak Ridge, or I ride to the access point. I ride Rosemary Dunes to the Rosemary Dunes access point, and then jump on the beach road and ride the beach road down to Lake Shelby and go around Lake Shelby to go back to the start. Sounds like a game plan. The beach road's going to be a noisy ride, but it'll be somewhat different. That slippery when wet bridge. Oh, it's so slippery and wet. Have to be extra cautious today. I bet it's hell if you're in sneakers on here. It probably is a skating rink with all the moss and everything. Alright, so I think what I want to do, I don't even know anything about this area, but we're going to ride a little bit around it today. All right, let's ride up here a little bit. There's a trail up through here, Hidden Lakes. This one's gonna beat the snot out of me. Definitely gonna test the stabilizer on this cam. Oh, well, back here it's concrete. Okay. So it looks like this goes into like a subdivision. Well, let's go see what everybody's doing for the morning. Peek into everybody's yard. Yeah, well, subdivision. I don't want to mess with somebody's subdivision. So let's take this. Oh, I think I know where this comes out. Or maybe I don't. We found the lake. The hidden lake. Welcome to the hidden lake of Orange Beach. Rumor has it, an ex-murderer lives here. Don't be worried. As long as you're not misbehaving, you never get in trouble at a lake with a serial killer. You ever notice that serial killers only attack the people who are doing bad things? Right? They only attack the people being naughty. Well, that's a neat little hidden gem back here. A nice place to come read a book. Definitely a little bit off the beaten path. I'm sure the residents of that little community over there use it a lot. Don't know where I'm going, but I'm going. So we just ride through here. Thank God for full suspension bikes. Ride up through here, figure out where this comes out. I know where this comes out now. That's a much easier ride to get to the lake than what we just went through. There we go. Didn't leave the path. Almost did. I love this bike, but it does not turn on a dime sometimes. You really have to slow down. Found something new, a little more exploring. I would definitely come down to that little path to go over there than the first path we took. Much more rocky. I don't mind the trail as much as I just worry about a tire puncture. It's my biggest fear of riding, is a tire puncture. At my size, just one little rock. But I do have quote unquote puncture resistant tires on this bike. So hopefully they are as advertised and work. It came on the tire, on the bike. So it's those Kenda tires. Good morning. Oh, there's my buddy in the Kubota. I lost you. I'm coming back to see you. I would imagine he's going to stop up here at the butterfly garden and collect trash there. No, he's going up Catman. All right. Not even 100 yards. Yeah. 20 yards? All right, so we're gonna go, what is this? East on Catman to the butterfly garden. And we'll pass it and then go on. Good morning. Morning. On your left. Have a good day. Slow, 5-mile-an-hour speed limit. Man, one of these days I want to come take a picture in that beach chair. Look at me. So that's supposed to be a butterfly garden there. Gulf Shores is supposed to have a really nice one. I haven't seen it yet, but from the pictures I've seen, it's supposed to be really nice. This is where we want to turn. So here's the primitive campsite. Let's take a closer look. So they got a bunch of like little primitive camping area, so you can glamp back here. Not much to them. I bet they're not a single person in them this time of year. Too humid, too warm, too frail, too puny. I'm too need my AC during the summer. I was online last night looking for tents. Want to get me a tent. I got all kinds of camping gear, but I don't have a current tent, so I need a new tent. But so I've been looking for other places to ride, and Hattiesburg has a rail to trail up there where they've converted an old railway into a biking trail. It's 44 miles of biking, and I thought, how great would that be to get back to my outdoorsy roots and take a trip up to Hattiesburg and ride up there and strategically go to different places. I'm not going to do a backpacking biking trip, but what I would do is like there's only a couple of places where you can stay in a hotel, but there are campgrounds along the way, and then there are some rural camping areas where you've got the only way to get there is to hike it or bike it, right? So there could be like one day where I pick a place to go and I ride a long ride, and then camp overnight and then ride back. But there's a couple of things I would, I'd have to make sure I had some sort of battery charger system, like a solar system or something that I could charge with. Again, and this is like a lot of stuff I got to look into, or I'd need a second battery. Like I'd have to haul a second battery with me. Boy, that would be more weight to carry. But to be able to ride, because right now my max range is, the longest I've done is like a 30-mile ride. So that's 15 miles if you're going from your car and back to your car. If you're going to leave your car and you're going to go ride the whole thing of 44 miles and then stay at a hotel at the other end, then come back to your car the next day, then that would be a different story. But I don't think, one, I have the range both on the bike and both on my butt to do 40 miles in a day. I could surprise myself. I could ride 20 miles and stop somewhere at a restaurant or something, have breakfast, throw my bike on a charger. Again, you have to figure out where you could charge and all this other stuff. But then I could go all the way to the end, because that time sitting off of my butt would probably give me a little more recovery time to be out of the saddle and recover just a little bit before I continued on. And I might be able to break it into stints, right? Ride 20 miles, take a break. Ride 10 miles, take a break. Ride 10 more miles or 14 more miles, and you're at the end. So it might very well be a possibility, but I don't know yet. All right, so here's Catman, that's the end of Cotton Bayou. That's the Cotton Bayou access area. And that puts us here back at Highway 161. So we'll just ride up here and we'll ride all the way up to Rattlesnake. And then we'll head back. We've done 14 miles so far today. I did manage to, I'm getting better at my startup routine. Turn on your fitness watch, set the heart rate monitor, turn the bike on, clear the trip meter on it, so that if for some reason Strava doesn't work, I've got that as a reference to see how many miles I did. So at least have an idea of where I'm at. Morning. One day we'll ride down Marina Road to the boat launch. Okay. I don't like talking when I'm like riding right behind somebody, you know? So I didn't want to pass them. I knew they weren't going to go that far. I could have passed them because that sidewalk's kind of narrow. And yeah. I need to look, before we get going too far up in here, I need to look at my camera battery. See how much time I've got on it. Yeah, I need to change camera batteries out. All right, we'll stop here for a second. And I will change out a camera battery. And then we'll continue on. Because I have been 50 minutes of ride time so far. We'll be right back. Ah, man. Whee! A little downward hill. Stop there to change out and everything, and I was maybe there 6-7 minutes. The amount of perspiration that built up on me, this little wind or a little breeze is downright chilly. I like it. It sure beats last week when it was like riding in a sauna. I'll take it. Got the pedaling along down here, and I was just zooming. It's like, man, it's really easy to pedal for some reason right now. Why is this? And looked down and realized that I guess when I stopped, I was fiddling with my control buttons to keep the bike alive without shutting down, because I'm tracking both with Strava and with the Velotrix app today. And I didn't want the bike to shut off and mess up the Velotrix app. So I kept periodically messing with the computer, and I guess I put it into boost mode, and it was zooming. I hate when I do that because that uses a lot of battery. Not as much as the throttle does, though. Throttle is probably the biggest consumer of the energy. Because at least with like an increased pedal assist mode, or even with boost mode, it's still a measured amount of power going to the hub based upon your pedaling. Whereas the throttle is just more power, wide open. I try to stay off the throttle as much as possible. I throttle like on, we might have talked about it yesterday. I throttle at intersections starting off just to get me moving and get bikes easier to balance when it's in motion. So I use the throttle to get started, and then I use it at turns, because when I go to turn, I usually have one pedal down, one pedal up, and I try to have the pedal that is leading into the turn, I try to have it up in the air. That way they don't scrape, because even though I have this bike adjusted for me as far as the suspension goes, it does tend to squat a little bit, it seems like, for me. And my pedal seems to be really low to the ground. At times my foot can drag, or the pedal can drag if I'm leaning one way or the other, or if the suspension travels, I might, the heel of my foot or the ball of my foot, depending on how I am, it will sometimes on occasion drag, especially leaning into turns or whatever. So I've gotten to the habit of, as I lead into a turn, I tend to just kind of raise that foot going into the thing. I raise it up in the air, and I use the throttle to continue my momentum through the turn. I guess that was where I was headed. Anyways, I am going to take a respite here. Not so much for a respite, but more of just a centering. I just want to kind of just chill out by the lake for a few, and then we will continue on. But we're back at Little Lake back here, which I showed you guys this last week with the 360 cam. See how well the helmet cam picks up. So, all right. I will be back shortly. I wonder if that's the parking for primitive camping. I don't know. Because they have a wood pile there, right? So there's a wood pile at the primitive camping area, and then there's another wood pile right there. So I was wondering if maybe they had something there that, I don't know. I don't know what that building's for. I was thinking the other day it might be just for park rangers and hospitality, like the people who clean the cabins and stuff like that. Or I call them a cabin, they're just tents, but y'all know what I mean. All right, so I looked at my trip log while I was stopped, and it turns out what I was looking at earlier when I said I've already been 14 miles was like not a trip log. It was like calories burned or something. It was not, again, like I had hit buttons, and apparently I hit buttons to where I was no longer on the odometer. I was on something else. I don't know what it was. But my actual mileage is now 14.2. So I'm not as far as I thought I was, mileage-wise. It seemed odd that I was 14.7. I was kind of shocked that I had that much mileage. So this will probably be the only bridge we cross today. I'm not in bridge mode today. I'm anti-bridge mode today. We'll go out here to Rosemary Dunes. We'll ride it. There's a nice looky though. Maybe I can stop. I never do this. Stop, enjoy the view. I'm usually just so focused on the ride. Not as much on the visuals. Because like I said yesterday, the ride is the most important part for me. the fitness, keeping that heart rate up, kind of stuff. All right. Come out of the chute. We could ride Rosemary back down to the head and go that way. We could ride out that way to the beach and ride the beach. Well, we can go this way. Stay in the park as long as we can. I'm not a big fan of busy streets, but I'm also not a big fan of bridges. So, and there is a bike path along the beach, so I can ride the bike path. That doesn't mean that there's not a stupid driver that would hit me, but I just kind of want to mix it up a little bit, do something different. It did rain though last night. That means there's going to be tons of water puddles to avoid. There's always some change off. And I know there's like one big area down around Lake Shelby that collects water. We've ridden it before. Yeah, is what it is. Maybe it's not busy this time of morning on a Saturday. Dream on, buddy. Maybe everybody slept in after the rain. Maybe they're all eating breakfast. All right. Ooh, more glamping cabins. Hell, prove me wrong. Oh, they have air conditioners. Never mind. A little while ago, I was like, yeah, there's probably nobody back here because it's too warm. The place is full, but then if you look, there's a mini split on the side of them. Yeah, glamping at its best. Good morning. All right. All right, here we go. Out on Beach Boulevard for a little ride. It'll be a noisy ride. A little windy. Pretty good little wind. It's coming in off the water and towards me. So I'm riding into it. You can see the flags up ahead. Yeah, this probably wasn't the best idea I had today. We'll go across the bridge to Lake Shelby. How you doing, man? All right. I wanted to avoid the bridge, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna pass you on your left. Thanks, man. Have a good run. Hello. Morning. It's I don't love the bridges, but it's a much nicer ride on this bridge right now than in the wind on the highway. So, and you can see by the trees move in the wind. Of course, if you didn't get it from the flags earlier. It's still windy on here, but Not nearly as bad as it was on there. Good morning. All right. Don't want to go that way. I've already gotten a stripe up my leg. I'd rather not get any more. Wonder why Orange Beach's fire and rescue trailer is down here. Interesting. Morning. I just want to pass you on your left real quick. Have a good run. This is my least favorite part of this ride. I just don't like riding next to this road. And it's not that, I mean, there's plenty of guardrail and everything. I just don't like all the traffic. Is that the Popo hiding over there? Morning. Have a good run.
Yep.
Morning. Morning. I'm just gonna get by you real quick. No problem, man. Y'all have a good ride. Nice, folks. Where are we at? 18.8 miles so far. How am I gonna go home? I mean, I can get like 20 miles out of this ride. I might have to ride a little bit further. Good morning. How you doing today? Okay. Just trying to be nice. Doesn't always work out. You can try. You may not succeed. Hey, good morning. All right. $19.2. I'm gonna kick it up to pedal assist 2 because I'm starting to get a little fatigued in the legs. Starting to feel it in my knees. So I'll get a little more assistance. That way I can keep going. I think I will just go the regular way home. And then if I want to get a little more distance, I'll ride a little extra on Fort Morgan Road. Go through a couple of subdivisions to get that little extra mileage to get me to 25. Good morning. You know, park's busy on a Saturday. I did start out like, I don't know, 45 minutes earlier than I normally do. I'm trying to avoid starting when it's dark 30. Doesn't play well for the camera. But I've been toying with getting a trailer like that for this bike so I can carry my dog with me. All right. That'll do it for the state park today. $20 miles. So I need 5 more miles. I'm not gonna get that unless I do some creative riding. It is not. We'll see. Morning. Turn signal. All right. Frogger completed. Ding! Advance to the next level. Wow, that was good timing. Morning. Well, first day of the ACS challenge is almost complete, and I'll get close to 25 miles in today. I'll post the Strava card on the video. I'll probably do it at the beginning as well as at the end. Who knows? Make sure there's no automobile coming immediately. I missed the dog squad this morning. I usually run into them in these trees right down here. Oh, I have got to find a new seat that I am comfortable on for longer durations. This one gets me to about 25 miles or so of riding, or an hour and a half, but it just doesn't hold up. I haven't found one yet that I like that holds up. They, you know, again, fat guy riding a bike, the weakest point I have found is the support rails on the bike seat. They tend to flex, and if you have the seat forward a little bit on them, that will make it weak because there's too much leverage on the rear. If you put it, either way, if you put it too much to the back, it's going to give too much leverage on the front, and they ultimately bend and fail right there. Hey, bud, I'm going to pass you on your left. All right. So, I have bought 2 seats, and I believe they're from the same company probably. One had a nose on it and one didn't. And both of them have failed on the rails. Good morning. The first one, which was a traditional saddle, but had all the gel technology and everything else like that, was supposed to be extra cushiony and everything. And it felt great at first. But then all of a sudden I realized that the nose was sticking straight up in the air, not literally, but close to it, right? And so I had to do a lot of adjustments to tilt it down. And it didn't really stick in my head that what was wrong was the fact that the seat rails had bent. And so I bought a different one thinking, well, the problem is the nose on it. I bought a different one, which doesn't have a nose on it. It's one of the short ones. And it's really comfortable, but it has bent as well. And what it does, the way it bends, it pulls the rear springs or rear supports on it, it pulls them forward and hyperextends them to where they no longer offer any kind of suspension. So you don't have any suspension on the seat now. And this one is just falling apart. The staples came out of the front of it that stapled the leather onto the actual seat plate. And that's caused the leather to rip in the front. And I haven't had it for 30 days. I'm gonna take a picture of it and do a review on it on Amazon, and then I'm going to box it up and send it back and get my money back on it, because the company claims that it's tested to 650 pounds. And then in their write-up, it says supports riders up to 550 pounds. Morning. On your left. I obviously am heavy set, but I'm not 550 pounds. So the seat should have supported me according to their claims. So their claims are false, and I have no problem sending it back to Amazon and getting my money back. And I may send both of them back, because the other one I've had for 2 months, but it did the same thing and bent. And I might as well not pay for something that was misadvertised. Morning. I did nothing wrong. It's not on me that they bent. If I was pushing the limit of them, if I was a 600-pound man and I was trying to ride them, I'd understand. But I went by their write-up, and they advertised being, for heavy set. And they just don't live up to what they advertise. So I shall send them back and get me something different. I may just try, at first I swapped them out because I had so much pain in my ass when riding, and I couldn't complete 10 miles. But that was when I first started out. And since then, I've built up tolerance. I've got bike shorts now. And maybe the seat that came with the bike might be an option, but I don't know. All right, back to the Catholic Church, which is going to be my stopping point today. As of right now, my odometer is 23.4 miles. I still have to get home. And if I juke through a couple of neighborhoods, I will probably be around 25. So it should work out for me. But anyways, nice little area here at the Catholic Church. Nice little sitting area. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the ride. Day one is down of our 300-mile challenge. We've got the month of August to complete it and get it done. I do not plan on sharing the donation link in this channel, just because it's got my personal information on it, everything else like that. There's no way for me to do it anonymously. If I had signed up anonymously or under some pseudonym, I would have been okay, but I didn't, so yeah. So anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on that notification bell so you can get notified the next time we do a ride. There pretty much probably be a video every single day for the month of August, or at least until I finish this challenge up. So maybe not tomorrow, because they're talking about an 80% chance of rain, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you next ride.